Hey loves, I was on Amazon as I do, and I saw this deck. It's called the Moonology Oracle cards, and it's an older deck, and people have asked me about it a lot, but I've never reviewed it. I've never had a copy of it, so I decided to get a copy since it was on sale and check it out. I do a lot of full moon stuff, so I thought maybe it could come in handy. So, my name is QueenAusetHeru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and pass it on to someone else who might want to check out this deck too. Please leave us a positive comment in the comment section. Do you have this deck or anything like it? Also, if you would, if you want to take a look underneath this video, you will find underneath the link to where you can purchase this, you'll find my information. So if you would like to get a reading done, please hit me up. I'd be happy to put you on the schedule. All right, guys, without further ado, let's take a look. So first and foremost, it has that cool box. Hay House always has great sturdy boxes. They generally have the finger holes that I like, making it easy to get them out. Let the moon be your guide. Awesome. Now we're going to open it up. I'm going to show you the back that I did not show you in case you want to read it. Has the price of the deck and everything else on it. And there is nothing on the inside, just an illustration, which is still pretty. Then there is the guidebook. The guidebook is very hefty, as you can see. But each card is here, but none of them are colored. No colored illustrations. However, there's a lot of information, as you can see. Lots. It goes into the moons, and I'm seeing the zodiac signs and all kind of stuff in here. So this is going to be very informative. All right. Let's take a look at the very first card. The very first card, this is the back of the cards. This is the front. This is okay, not bad cardstock. It feels nice, feels kind of a little rosy, I would say. Not a bad size in your hand, standard Hay House size. And now we're going to look at the artwork and see the messages. So there you go. I'm not seeing a number on these, so they're not numbered. So they must be in order by the word, the north node. I'm thinking the word at the bottom. And then it says step out of your comfort zone. So if you want to use the guidebook, which I highly recommend because I'm going to use it, you're going to get a lot more information out of it. If you don't want to use the guidebook and you just want to go rogue, you can do that too. And you can just go with what it says on the card. A new start is coming, new moon. That's what the new moon is about. It's about new beginnings, you know, new things, new arrivals. So if you want to use the book, you'll get a lot more. And if you don't, then you can just go with this. These are great for a daily pull, I'm saying so far. Because of that reason. I love daily pulls. Daily pulls are one of my favorites because you can use a daily pull to just say, hey, universe, what do I need to know today? And just get one of these cards. So let's say I got this one, have faith in your dreams. So that day I might consider what my dreams are. I might journal about my dreams. You know, something along those lines. So far, the artwork is simple. It's simple but pretty. It's very attractive. Put it like that. I love stars. I love the moon. I love the heavenly bodies. So it's very attractive. And if you're somebody who wants to know about the moon phases to use them in your magic or what have you, I think that would be good as well. Yeah, because they're going through all of them, I'm seeing here. And it's like, the way that the moon is, the way that we use it with magic, you can see because it's showing you, like, the new moon is new things, and then it just expands to get to the full moon. And then things you want to go away, you can go away during the waxing moon. So, the waning moon. And they're showing you all of that through these cards. Other than just doing a daily pull with these, I've seen a lot of people use these in a reading, particularly if it's a new moon or a full moon. I've seen new moon to full moon readings done with these. But really, because of how the messages are, you probably could use this with any type of reading, especially, oh wait a minute, I got two in my hand. Especially if you're doing a general reading. You can use these to open the reading up or to close the reading. A lot of times when I have a client and I give them a card, you know, to take with them, I might give them like a closing message. These would be great for the closing message because I can take a picture of these and everything is right there on the card. Oh, this is cool. I like this. They're going into the zodiac. So if the new moon is in a particular one, you can see, okay, the new moon is in Taurus. Let me see. We're getting ready to go into the full moon on May 5th, if I'm not mistaken. Mercury retrograde is in Taurus, but I don't know which moon our full moon is going to be in. The next one we have coming up. Okay, so communication, Gemini. So it goes along with each and every one. That's decent too. I like that. I like the fact that the zodiac is here. So if you're somebody who's learning about the signs, this will be helpful too, because each one of these goes along with the zodiac sign. Like confidence and success is a big part of the Leo desire or drive. Virgo energy, yeah, time to give rather than take. Virgo is about service. So these go along very well. That's perfect. So if you're somebody who's trying to learn the zodiac, you can get a little bit of information here too. New romantic cycle begins. Libras are known for partnership, romance, flirting. So these all go together. Perfect. So you can learn a lot from this. This is definitely a good teaching tool. Yeah. If you did a daily pull with these, I would say by the time you finish the whole deck, you would know a great deal about the moon phases and about the zodiac. Enough to at least have a decent conversation about it. You might not know all the, you know, the nuances and details, but you can Google that. This is enough that when you see the word Capricorn, you would be able to make an association, because Capricorns always love money. A lot of them are very hard workers. A lot of them own businesses. They're business minded. Oh, Aquarius, bring love into the situation. An Aquarius who has freely, look at those freely flowing feelings. We don't all let them flow like that, but when we do, you definitely bring love. Especially I've come to find third decan Aquarius, because they're ruled by Venus. Their decan is ruled by Venus, so a lot of love comes out of that. Meditate and contemplate. Okay, these are good. These are really good. I agree with all of these. Oh, now you get to see the full moon in the sign. Wow, a fiery climax. Oh my, it's quite a climax. Okay, so they do them in the new moon and the full moon. Your dreams need a practical plan, Taurus. Okay. And here's Gemini for the full moon. The answers you need are coming. Yeah, this is a great way to learn about the phases. This is awesome. And what moon they're in. So when somebody says to you, oh, the full moon is in Virgo, you're going to know exactly what that means. Especially if you're reading the guidebook. That's why I said it's smart to read the guidebook with this one, because this is a teaching tool. So that guidebook is going to teach you a lot. Ooh, don't let your pride get in your way. Okay, this one is Virgo. Okay, okay. Let's look at our Libra flirty ass. A win-win outcome is forecast. I love a win-win. It's awesome. Overall, I do like this deck. I think it'd be very helpful. What's my feelings about this deck? It's a solid deck. I mean, this is a solid deck, solid for, you know, educational purposes. I like the card stock. I like the fact that it should be easy to shuffle. It just depends on how big your hands are. If you have smaller hands, you're going to always have to adjust your shuffling as far as oracle cards are concerned, because most of them are larger, unless you find some of the small ones, because there are small cards on the market, mini cards even. So depending upon how small your hands are, those could be better for you. Let me see. Okay. This one is Aquarius full moon. Okay. So yeah, I think these would be great. It's a really solid deck. I like the artwork. I do like it. It's very minimal. And that doesn't say anything against it, because I like it anyway. But I am somebody who prefers more outrageous artwork. I do. I prefer bigger colors and lots of, you know, glitters and, you know, lights and things like that. I prefer that. But for what this is perfect. You know, it's basically, you know, I mean, it's a little bit, you know, it's a little bit, they've taken artistic license, put it like that. But it's pretty much what it looks like. If you go outside and look at the moon, it's pretty much what it looks like, depending upon where you're looking at it from. So I like that aspect of it. I do. So I'm feeling it, but I don't know. It's not wowing me. It's not flooring me. You know, it's just like, ooh, this is nice. This is good. This is going to be very educational, very beneficial. Yes, I'm definitely going to be able to use this. You know, all that comes to mind as I'm looking at it, but it's not flooring me, you know. And that's only because, like I said, the simplicity of the artwork. And I don't know. I guess the artwork they could have done like a scene. They could have done a number of things. Like, for instance, this scene could be a little higher and there could be people here or something. You know, there's things that they could have done to change the artwork. But because the focus is the sky, I think they made the right choice. I think they could have got a little more jiggy with it, but I think that was the right choice to make, to go with, you know, the more minimalist kind of look. So that's why it's not wowing me. But I also I have to look at the guidebook to see in a minute what my ranking would be, but I wouldn't take away points for the art, for my wanting more flamboyant art. You know, I wouldn't take off for that, because I think it makes sense here. I think these cards are very practical, and I think the decisions that the artist made and the creator made make sense. I like this. See, I like how the ocean is added here, you know. So like the sky, like I said before, the sky and the moon is the main focus, but then there's ocean there. And so a card like this I'm more drawn to because there's more going on. Uh-oh. The supermoon. I've seen a few supermoons, and the emotions do be high for some people during the supermoon. I feel that. Oh, the blue moon here. Let's check. My mother used to always say, once in a blue moon, every blue moon, it means it doesn't happen often. My mother had a lot of little sayings. I used to call them her little country sayings. But she had a lot of them, and that was one of them. Don't let your past hold you back. Your south node. That's helpful too, because if you're somebody who you know, is looking at astrology, your north node and your south node is on your chart. And so if you really want to look and see what that means for your life, you can dig into that. All right, guys, so this is what I want to do, right? I want to pick a card at random, and I'm not even gonna pick it at random. I'm gonna pick my favorite. That's what I'm gonna do. And then I want to look at the guidebook and see what we think of it. All right, so let's see if we can find it. So it says it's the mutable moon. Now, these are broken down into different sections. So when you come to look at it, your moon phases are broken into the following: moon phase cards, new moon cards, full moon cards, special moon cards. Yeah, that's the last part. So this one is the mutable moon. I think mutable moon will be under the special moons. Am I right? Yes, I am. It's on page 108. So that's how you find them, based on that. So that could be a little bit tricky. I think that maybe it would have been easier, and I always say this for all decks, if they use numbers. The mutable moon. Nothing is yet set in stone. Okay. Mutable is all about change, shape-shifting even. That something is still developing. This card indicates that something is indeed changing and there's room for movement. Okay. So take it as a sign that the situation you're asking about is far from finalized. If you're not happy with the current state of play, that's marvelous. It means you can still change the course of the outcome. However, there is also a sense that the situation could perhaps be a little unstable. For some, this is great news because you can still influence it. Others will struggle with the uncertainty, but should stay with it a little longer. Either way, nothing is set in stone yet. Okay, so that gives me a great understanding if I get this card. Attuned to the moon. I know that the best will unfold for me. So that would be our affirmation. Additional meanings for this card. You're meandering towards your goal, and that's okay. Staying adaptable is the key to success for you now. Make sure you're not being led astray. Have you been distracted? Time to focus. Stay with it, whatever it means to you. All right, they're going to give us a little teaching here. In astrology, there are 3 so-called quadruplicities: cardinal, fixed, and mutable. Yeah, because Aquarius is fixed. It means stubborn. The mutable signs are Gemini, Sagittarius, Virgo, and Pisces. And when the moon is in one of these signs, you know there's going to be more flexibility in a situation. Anytime you pull this card, it suggests there is the opportunity to keep visualizing and affirming what you want, as there's still room for change. So think about what you want and enjoy the daydream. All right, that's cool. Let me see something. I might have, and I might not. I was looking to see if I had the Witch's Date book. Yes, I do. All right, guys, this is going to be very helpful to us because May 5th, we're going to find out what the moon is going to be in. All right, let's see. It says here that the moon enters, what is that symbol? That symbol is Scorpio. Yep, the moon is going to enter into Scorpio on May 4th. So our next full moon is going to be at 1:34 p.m. Eastern, and it's going to be in Scorpio. There's also a lunar eclipse at the same time. Wow, that's awesome. So now we're going to take a look. Because of that, we're going to look at the full moon in Scorpio. Let's see if we can find it. Full moon in Scorpio, baby. So we're going to go to the front of the book. It says full moon cards. Scorpio is on page 82. 81, 82. Here, baby. All right, we got it. Okay. It says here, it's time to release negativity. Full moon in Scorpio. All right, so for our next full moon on May 5th, concentrate on this. If you've been feeling paranoid and acting weird, take this card as a very direct message from the cosmos to stop it. Worrying yourself is pointless. It's time to release any negativity you have around the situation you're asking about. If someone has been unkind to you, perhaps it's time for you to release them. This card heralds an emotionally intense time, since both the full moon and Scorpio themselves are both extremely intense. It's time for you to feel all your feelings. Oh, God. That's not good news to an Aquarius. There could be some nastiness in the air when you pull this card. That makes sense with Mercury being in retrograde. If that's the case, take it as a sign to move away from anyone or anything you feel is toxic. For some, however, this card has a totally different meaning. Your sex life can improve now if you make an effort. use your magic. You have all you need inside you to bring about your desired results. All right, here's our affirmation. Emote. It's all better out than in. I bet I'm going to be crying my behind off on this next moon. Additional meanings for this card. It's time to move from living fearfully to living joyfully. You're right to have your suspicions. Grudges are toxic. Let something go. The end of an argument. All right, here's our teaching about this one. The full moon in Scorpio has a sting in its tail. It can herald a vindictive end to a relationship. It can also be a time when we want to be good, but we're naughty. If you pull this card, no matter when, your dark side or your shadow self may be showing. The full moon in Scorpio is also a time of magic. If you were thinking of making some magic, this is your sign to do it. Okay. All right, and let me show y'all, because I didn't show it to you. Let me see. Where is Scorpio? Scorpio is always at the Leo, right? No, it's at the Libra. All right, here we go. This is... Let me move it out the way. This is the card I was just reading. The full moon in Scorpio. Okay, so it's just a Scorpio symbol in the moon. Time to release negativity. So you see how when I read it, it was a lot more information to it. But this is the basic gist. It's time to release negativity. Definitely gave us a lot more when you read it, though, about the emoting, the crying, the things about Scorpio, the sex, the shadow, the magic. So there's definitely more to it than just releasing negativity. So that's why I said I definitely will use this with the guidebook. All right, guys, I'm feeling it. So you guys come back soon, because I have a lot more to say and a lot more decks to cover. See you later.